So when it comes to other areas, I'm pretty sure you've already heard the saying, the customer is always right. I come from the restaurant industry, so I'm going to just tell you, one of the biggest things that we heard all the time was the customer is always right. Whatever they say pretty much goes. So, in the restaurants, a customer may order, I don't know, a Grand Slam, right? But they didn't tell me that they like their eggs sunny side up. So the eggs come out regular, you know what I'm saying? They might come out scrambled or they just come out normal. Now that customer is always right, because even though they didn't tell me when I was ordering the food that they like their eggs sunny side up, we still have to go make sure that they get their eggs the right way that they like it, because it's all about that business, it's all about that business. That's great customer service. Making sure that you're taking care of your customer. Because again, we want them to come back. If they don't come back, we don't make money. They don't come back, or they have a bad experience, they're gonna leave a review, and it's gonna mess up other business, because y'all know Google reviews, Yelp reviews, whatever. It's gonna be tough. All because of one bad experience. I personally, I'm a foodie. I look at reviews too, so when I find a new restaurant, I'm always looking at the reviews. And I'm pretty sure you do too. Like, I'll look at the reviews in terms of like what the food is, like how do other people rate their food, how what's the dining experience, how have they treated the other people that have come there. I do that all the time. I'm gonna be honest, I do that all the time, because what I've learned is that the reviews kind of tell the whole story. Now, I'm not just looking at the first couple, especially if it's like a restaurant that I really want to try. I'm looking at a bunch of the reviews, man. I'm going through and I'm reading what people say is bad about the restaurant. I'm looking for what people say is good about the restaurant. Honestly, I want the bad reviews mostly, because the bad reviews will tell you exactly what's going on in that restaurant. Like, the bad reviews give you the biggest, idea to what's going on with that restaurant and what you can expect. The bad reviews talk about how, Cindy at the front desk is very rude. You can expect that if you see Cindy at the front desk, she's going to be rude, Now, if they just talking about like, oh, yeah, the food was undercooked, they didn't want to serve, it was undercooked, but normally when I come here, the food is fine. Sometimes you get 1 stars, like people leave 1 stars for anything, Oh, I waited for my food forever, but it was during like the busiest time of the day, I don't know. Y'all know what I mean. People will leave a 1 star for anything, They will leave a 1 star for anything. So, obviously reviews you have to take with a grain of salt. But in other businesses, those reviews, that customer service is so important. You want to make sure that customer feels like you went above and beyond. You took care of them. You made them feel good, because on that side of business, it's important. You know what I'm saying? Because again, if that customer doesn't come back, that's business. That's money out of your pocket that just left, that now you have no opportunity to get back. Now, when you start talking about us as business owners, as an Uber driver, these are not our customers. I keep telling you guys this because a lot of people don't realize it. These are Uber's customers. This is why we are just contractors, okay? We are contracted to take Uber's customer from point A to point B. And that's why when you close that trip, you are nothing a part of Uber until you get another trip. You're a contractor, which is a business. So, but it's not, your business isn't dependent necessarily on your customer service. Your business isn't necessarily dependent on your ratings. Your business is dependent on Uber and their algorithm. You could be the greatest person in the world and you still get a 1-star simply because that passenger wanted a free meal. And there's nothing that you can do about it. At least when you talk about regular businesses, when you talk about like Yelp reviews and Google reviews, y'all know the business will come and comment under the post. As you can hear airplanes, the business will comment under that post and be like, hey, actually what really happened was that oh, my food took forever. No, what really happened was you didn't know what you wanted. You kept telling us the wrong thing. Or, like y'all see them. Y'all have seen when the business owners actually comment on these reviews. And it's like, no. It took forever because you had you tried to order out the whole house. Or, like they'll provide that context. They'll provide that context. So, yeah, man. And it's kind of funny, when you see the business owner, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. But with Uber, we don't have the ability to respond to our reviews. It's all automated. It's all algorithm based, This is why the rise of false complaints are it's on the rise, obviously. That's why, because all the computer is doing, oh, you said you had a bad experience? Okay, let me give you customer service. Let me refund you your money. When they message support, oh my gosh, the driver was so horrible. Oh, okay, no problem. Uber is giving that customer service. So the customer is always right to Uber. So Uber takes that information. Oh, okay, yeah, you said the driver drove crazily. There's nothing else that they need to know. Oh my gosh, okay, here, look, that's not the experience that we want here at Uber. We'll go ahead and refund you. Now, the driver could get deactivated. The driver gets a little strongly worded email. It's a strike against their account because that was Uber's customer. The customer is always right, and it just kind of sucks for the driver. There's no verification. There's no investigation. It's just simply, what did the passenger say? The passenger, their customer, said that it was a horrible ride. Even though you were able to complete the ride, they didn't jump out of the car. Even though there's no indication that you got a citation, they said that you were a horrible driver, and that's all that matters. With all of the sensors, and y'all know Uber listens to our conversations and stuff. With all of the different things that they got now, none of those happened during this ride. But because the passenger said that you were a horrible driver, you almost got them killed or whatever, they're just going to refund. And now you get deactivated. Now you have to suffer the consequences of being a bad driver, even though you wasn't a bad driver. Now you have to suffer the consequences of having a false allegation against you. And there's nothing that you can do to have a repercussion against that person. There's no context. It just is what it is. And now you got to message customer support to hopefully prove your worth. And they're not even going to give you what the passenger actually said. They're just going to give you a generic little message. Hey, this is against our customer service. This is not the experience that we want. You got to do better. or we'll deactivate you again. You'll never get on our platform again. So, so the point of this video is just to remind you, man, these are not our customers. Now, I'm not saying you should treat everybody horrible. You should ride around with your AC off, even though I know some of y'all do that. Ride around with your AC off and it's 80, 90 degrees out there. Yeah, I'm not saying that you should intentionally try to harm somebody. All I'm saying is that you have to understand that these are not your customers. These are not your friends. These are people you're contracted to take people from point A to point B. So if you have a passenger that you feel, when you're coming to the pickup, if for any reason, maybe you got that gut feeling, women always say that they have the woman's intuition, you looking around, you just don't, it's just something about this ride. Maybe you looking for the red flags and you get them. Maybe they're texting you before you even get to the location. And obviously a safe driver wouldn't be responding to the text messages when you're driving. So, if you're starting to see little red flags and stuff like that, it's like, if for any reason you feel like this is not going to be a good ride for you, you have to learn to cherry pick your passengers. Everybody talks about the offers. Everybody talks about, a certain dollar per mile, certain hourly. But what you have to remember is, they're just offers. They're just potential contracts. It's like doing a Google search. If I search the word, green, it's going to give me a bunch of little options that I could click on. And if I don't click on them, then I can just keep moving. But I can click on any one of those little options and it'll take me to an article or a website or whatever to get what I was looking for. All they are is offers. But those offers can't kill you. Those offers can't harm you. Those offers are not endangering your life. Those offers are just offers. That's all they are until you accept it. But the people that get in your car, hey man, they can absolutely harm you. They can absolutely mess your life up. Obviously, they can file a false complaint against you and mess up, your Uber career /job /business. They, those passengers, the people that you let in your car, can absolutely ruin everything that you have going on. So you have to take more understanding of these types of the people that you're letting in your car. Obviously, you don't know 100%, but that's why I'm saying, if there's any reason, any red flags, cancel, move on. You don't need to talk to them. You don't need to give them an explanation. Cancel, move on, because your life is way more important than a $5, $10, $50 ride. Way more important. And that's how you have to look at it. Remember, this is your business. Just because you're on the Uber platform, you are still a business owner. You run your business how you want to run it. That's when we look at I remember back in the day, really, there's certain stores where you go to and they had a little sign, no shirt, no shoes, or no shirt, no service is what the sign says. During the pandemic, if you wasn't wearing a mask, you couldn't go into stores. Certain stores. Here in Florida, it was a little different. But, there was still some stores that was like, hey, listen, you can't come in here. Because they're a business, they have the right to set their standards. Now, we're just contractors when you're talking about being an Uber driver, but it's still our business. So in the same way, you have to pick and choose who you let in your car and who you don't. Listen, if I got two guys walking up in ski masks, I'm driving off. I'm not gonna wait and, hey, are you my Uber passenger? James? That gotta be James. Yeah, that's James. I'm driving off. I don't care what color they are. I'm gone. If I got, four girls that's walking up to my car and they doing all of this extra stuff, they getting, they talking loud with each other and they look like they're about to get into a fight, and they're walking up to the car, oh man, you da 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 da, and they trying to get in my car, I'm gone. I'm not gonna sit there and, oh well, let me see what they talking about. Oh, they gonna fight. You gotta think different. Cherry pick your passengers. Cherry pick your passengers because your life depends on it. And I mean, I'm not just saying you could die, but I'm just saying, and it also gives you peace because you're getting peaceful passengers. Obviously, there's always going to be that one, but, for the most part, peace is super important. But yeah, with that being said, man, I've rambled. I hope the message gets across. But yeah, if you're not a part of the Telegram group, link is in the description. And if you got any comments, leave them down below. I'll hopefully respond to them at some point. But yeah, man, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Deuces.